Hey everybody, welcome to the second episode of Podcast in a Bottle. I'm your host, Meta Stanky, and my co-host,
Meta Doctor.
Meta Doctor. What is up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in again for this week's podcast. Man, dude, hold up.
Yeah. What's up? Talk to me.
Talk about our first episode. Dude, we had some serious love dropped
I know, right?
on
It was
YouTube
awesome.
on our first episode, man. It was absolutely awesome.
People tuned in.
They did. And thank you guys so much for all the comments. Everything was positive, which was great. I know we're open to constructive feedback.
Always.
Come on. We're adults here. But thanks, guys, again, so much for everything. I wanted to give some shout-outs here. Thank you guys
I love the shout-outs.
for commenting on the video. Man, guys, listen up. So here's the thing. I can't read. Okay, I know it's difficult. It's difficult to play a TCG as complex in the verbiage as MetaZoo and not being able to read, but that's why I have the doctor. Okay, he can read, but I cannot. Numbers are my specialty, not words. So if I mispronounce your name,
Look, pronouncing stuff is not. I might be a doctor,
just true,
but my country accent prevents me from saying most words correctly. So
hey, but at least you can read. So just because I don't have a thick country accent doesn't mean I can read, okay? So anyway, some shout-outs, guys. Again, thank you so much for tuning into the first episode. We got lots of likes and comments over different platforms, but I'm going to focus on the YouTube ones here. Danny Fingers, thanks so much for the comment, man. I really appreciate it. I really love the love. Jonathan McGregor, thank you, man. I appreciate it. So Cutthroat Pie, I think that's what your name is. Appreciate it. Great energy. We'll try to keep the energy up, man. Caleb, I can't, Bumgarner. Dave, I'm sorry if I mispronounced your last name again. We got Terminitic, MetaMask, Wayward Caster. Guys, love the comments. Appreciate it. Hope we continue to live up to the expectations that we set in that first episode. Guys, thanks. Anyway, welcome.
Big shout-outs.
To our second
everybody.
episode, man. Like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. But guys, there's a lot to talk about. We got a lot to talk about.
We do. We have a lot to talk about today.
So we did some thinking, and I know our demographic is probably mostly people who play MetaZoo already. And I know we've got some new people out there that we reached in podcast land and YouTube world who've never played MetaZoo before. So we don't want to leave you guys hanging. We are going to be doing some basics. Probably not on this episode format. Probably more conducive to YouTube Shorts, right?
Oh, absolutely.
We can do so much, and you can see it, and it'll be concise, and we'll go over small things and try to break it down in the most simple way possible.
Yeah, we'll walk you through the basics, what cards do, kind of what they look like, where stuff is, that sort of thing.
Oh yeah, and it'll be categorized in our YouTube channel. We'll set it into different channels and stuff. We will get into that stuff as well. So yeah, guys. So don't worry about it. If you're brand new, just stick with us. The high level big brain stuff, your brain will evolve and you'll get into it. Just like it's a second language.
Here to mold your mind.
That's right.
Mold your MetaZoo mind.
Just gonna squish it together and hopefully it turns out good. But yeah, man. So don't worry about it. We'll get you covered. That out of the way. I cannot wait any longer. I need to show you something.
What is it?
I got some PSAs in.
Ooh.
I got some PSAs in,
okay.
And I was excited to talk about them. So I had sent some cards off to get graded. I'm just going to talk about a couple of them real quick because I'm super excited about
What'd you send in?
I sent in the card that we got from our very first in-person tournament.
Oh,
okay.
Good memories.
Which happens to be kind of close to the beastie, the cryptid, if you will, that's represented on this card happens to be just down the road from me. White Bluff, Tennessee. I have the White Screamer. Okay, you can see
that card.
Beautiful. Okay, if you can see the grade on it, I think it's a 9. I got a 9 on this one.
Yeah.
Beautiful card. It's an LGS card, so it makes it just that much more rare than a normal White Screamer card. It says full hollow, PSA 9. Love it. From White Bluff, Tennessee. Beautiful dark beastie. Just some great looking card.
Should have been a 10. Looks like a
It
10
should
on
have
my
been a
screen.
10, but you know what? I got a 10. I got a
What
10.
would you get a 10 in?
I got a 10 on Satanic Panic.
Oh, I mean, if you're
From
going
the
to pick a card to get a 10
Seance
on,
set. I mean,
that's a really
if I
good
had to
card get a
pick
10
one,
on.
this card, right? It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Who drew that card? I can't
That
remember.
is a Poncho.
It's Poncho, of course.
Of course. I love Poncho.
I should have known that.
So good. Satanic Panic. Hey, anybody out there in podcast land or YouTube land who are looking for a PSA 10 Satanic Panic? Yeah, I may be willing to part ways. Just letting you know.
Right.
It's a beautiful card.
I wish we would have spoke about this off the podcast. No, I'm kidding. I'm just messing.
No. Hey, if you want it, it's yours. But you got to pay for it. Anyway, I couldn't wait. I'm sorry I just sprung that on you. I sent some more cards off. And I got a correction to the last episode.
What's up? What happened?
So, talk to Scott from SJC Collectibles. Not only is he an online retailer, okay, it is important to note he is indeed a partner store. It's a completely different demographic of store. Okay, he is a partner store. He gets his merchandise directly from MetaZoo. So my apologies, Scott. I wanted to make sure I clarified that for everybody. He is indeed one of what used to be around 50 partner stores in the world. I think there's around 40 or so now, but there's not that many partners. There's a lot of distributors out there, but not that many partners. So
you got to be doing some good work.
Again, if you need anything MetaZoo related and you're not close to an LGS that has any cards, look up SJC Collectibles.
Good people.
Absolutely fantastic guy. Sorry, another shout out for the crowd there. Anyway, where were we? Let's see here.
Let's see. We did our MetaZoo basics. We did some basics. PSA.
We did.
What can the people look forward to on the YouTube channel,
guys? All right. So again, we're going to be doing some errata. There's some little shorts, man. Nothing long. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna start at A at Encrypted Nation, and I'm start working. I'm gonna start at A, and we're gonna start walking down the errata list. Again, an errata is some text changes inside the effect text box of a beastie or spell or potion to give it some clarification to the way that the R&D intended for the card to be used. Okay, I know we talked about last time that they're never going to ban a card and they're just going to release cards to help counteract other cards. But this is also a way to keep the game pure because R&D has a specific direction in which they want each card to be used in.
Right.
And so based on English, English is a hard language. I don't know if you know that. So I don't feel near as bad about not being able to read. But I mean, sometimes it can get a little difficult. So they release a few text changes, or not even changes really, just some clarifications would be a better word of how to use certain cards. But yeah, it's going to be good. And then Doctor is going to be like we said a second ago, is going to be doing some deck text. I think the first one you're working on is
Cosmic. So if you'll see behind me here in YouTube land, as I guess that's what we're calling it.
That's right.
I'm in a totally different area. I kind of sectioned off a whole part of my house, trying to get in a better recording area, trying to work out some technical difficulties, how best to record the cards or record my screen and see my face and that sort of thing. So working that stuff out, we're going to do Cosmic first, and then I'll just keep on going down the line. I'll probably do a Tower deck, hopefully, before Tower, the next Water Tower.
Sweet.
Which is when?
Water Tower is March 4th.
March 4th, okay.
March 4th. If you're seeing this episode, it's next weekend. So when this episode comes out, it is coming up, guys, and we do want to spend a lot of time today talking about Water Tower.
Yeah.
And just the craziness that is going to be Water Tower. Also, fun fact, if you're hearing this, you've already missed it. But Collecticon Orlando is happening,
Ooh.
and they are giving out native spoilers.
Oh, I love their
Native
spoilers.
spoilers. And guess what?
What?
I am about 95% sure those spoilers will be legal for Water Tower.
No.
Yes.
That now you're talking about a bomb right there.
Yes. So,
Oh,
I was talking.
my brain is a turning. You know, I love to make a good deck.
Oh,
And
yes.
now my brain is a working here.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, and that could potentially swing the entire tower for
That's
a
huge.
caster. I mean, if they're able to, if depending on what they release, depending on what's in native, because we have no idea what's
we
in
don't
native.
know. Nobody knows.
No idea. If
somebody
there's a
knows.
water beastie in native that's just a 1-drop or a 2-drop or maybe even a 4-drop that's gonna have some terror bonuses. Because okay, let's just jump into it. We're here.
We're already there.
The crazy thing. So I was building some. Okay, we're gonna rewind. We're gonna address something that I think we need to address.
Okay, hit me.
I spent 2 months, a month and a half.
You spent a good time
soloing, solitaring some water decks.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're grinding. You're on that grind.
I was going to win Water Tower. Okay. That was, there's no doubt in my mind. I was going to win Water Tower. That's what was going to happen. I was putting in the work. No one was working harder than me. I promise you that. I was playing at least 1 to 3 solitaire water on water matches a day. I mean,
that's pretty solid.
I was putting in the work. And so I played in my qualifying event, which I won, by the way. Shout out to me. And
you're just pumping it up.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. I'm still a little salty. Let's continue. All right. So everybody knew. This does end well. Okay. If you're listening out there in podcast land or YouTube world, this does end well for MetaZoo. Doesn't end well for me. Stanky, still a little salty, but it does end well for MetaZoo. Okay, so anyway, I played in my event. We had a great time. We're still growing the community here in Middle Tennessee. We had 8 casters out. It was a blast. Okay, I ended up winning that tournament with the water deck I was planning on taking to Water Tower. Well, signups were the next day, and so we thought it was well. There was only 128 slots.
It's not a lot. So
I spent 30 minutes before the initial drop time. So I was sitting with my phone and my laptop, refreshing over and over and over Discord, MPN, not knowing where it was going to be.
Yeah.
For about 30 minutes until the deadline, and then it still wasn't there, which in MetaZoo fashion, it took a few extra minutes, and that's okay.
That's okay.
It's on brand. But it dropped. It was a Google Doc. I had to quickly scramble and get a picture of my ID. I had to upload that with everything else, and I had to post the link of my qualifying event. And I had to do all these things. I filled it all out. From when it dropped to when I hit submit, only 5 minutes had passed.
That's
from when it dropped to when I submitted, there was only 5 minutes that passed.
And I'm guessing you're going to tell us the bad part.
I did. I got an email, but it was a sorry, better luck next time email. I did not get selected to play at Water Tower, and I'm a little upset about it. I've gotten better.
That's understandable. You can be upset about that.
I'm a little upset about it for a couple reasons. But those reasons aren't important because
why?
MetaZoo has come out and said that for future towers, they're going to basically have it capless. So they said they had over about 500 casters sign up for Water Tower. And so for Earth Tower and every other tower moving forward, they're going to pick the venue around the number of casters that qualify and or submit. So
that's interesting. How are they going to pull that off? First of all, kudos to MetaZoo for seeing a problem and then trying to correct a problem. So I mean, that's always good to see that. So they're going to pick the venue after,
I think they're probably going to have a couple of venues in mind
and then
before,
okay,
and
all right.
then figure it out. Now, if it happens, it happens. I
Yeah,
may or may not expect that for this next tower, Earth Tower, but that
yeah,
could be why they haven't released a date yet.
that's
So
true.
we have a location, New
It's
York,
New York, right?
but
Yeah.
we do not have a date yet. But again,
Mm.
kudos for MetaZoo. I think there was a lot of complaining and a
I
lot of
think a
hurt
lot of
feelings.
people were probably in your situation where
Yes.
they felt like they had done what they needed to do to get into the tower, and because there were so few spots, it just didn't happen.
And
But again,
I'm going to say it didn't help their case when they afterwards, after they sent all of their invites, they announced that those who made the top cut at last year's Casters Cup, some of those people did not get invites, and so they were going to be sending them invites. So they had already sent their 128 invites out, and
yeah,
then they came out and said, "Oh, hey, by the way, we just found out there's some casters from Casters Cup who made top cut who didn't
they
get an
didn't get
invite to
in.
Water Tower. So we're going to be sending them invites to Water Tower." So
Gotcha.
that, I think, was what stirred up a lot more people being frustrated
Mm.
about the first come first serve. However, again, credit to MetaZoo. They saw a problem. They listened to the community, which I
Right.
think they do really well at. I think they have
Yeah.
done a really good job over the years, couple years here. That when something happens, or the community is outraged about something, they do a good job of listening. So
Yeah. Some course
moving
correction.
forward,
I like it.
it sounds like there'll be a good chance that Metastanky gets to go to a tower.
We can
Now,
only hope.
we can only hope. So, but let's talk about
Meta Doctor's not going anywhere, by the
no,
way.
Metadoctor's not going anywhere for a while. But
Catch me in the hospital. That's about it.
But looking forward, you could see the meta duo. There's a bunch of metas out there.
Meta
Stanky
duo.
Doctor
I like
duo.
that. Did you just make that up?
The
Off
meta
the
duo.
fly?
I did. The meta duo.
I can think of some other meta duos who would
at
be
a tower.
pretty upset if we took that.
Correct. But hey, when Stanky wins a tower this year,
you are just calling it.
Hey, if you ain't speaking it, it's not happening. So it's not gonna be Earth Tower. I can promise you that. I can't.
Earth.
Earth
has a place in my heart.
It's tough. It's slow,
but
I'm having a hard time. I'm having a hard
Earth
time.
deck is clunky unless you have Karen in it. Karen is the best card in all of
know,
MetaZoo. You heard it here first.
Hey, Karen with a C. Karen with a C is what I'm calling it.
Karen
does some work in the tower format. Let me tell you why.
Okay, tell me why.
Water Tower. The rules for Tower have been dropped, right?
Right.
So all the Water Terra period are active. All of them. Name one for a Water Beastie has, except for some mixed one. It's there.
Not only active, right? It's tripled.
It is ×3.
Oh gosh,
×3. I'm sure everyone is, but that blew the tower meta out of the water.
That changes your deck completely.
It took what people were buying mailmen for almost $200 a pop to where now mailman means nothing in a water deck.
Like, water baby. That's all I want.
Because it doesn't get any Terra bonuses. If you are playing a card at Water Tower, a Beastie card at Water Tower that doesn't have a Terra on it, you are doing it wrong. Okay? Listen to me. If you're getting ready for Water Tower, if you have a Beastie in your deck that doesn't have Terra tied to it, you are doing it wrong. Okay? I don't care what it does. Okay, I don't care how cool the card is or what the effects say. If you're playing a Water Beastie at Water Tower, I'm saying it again, it doesn't have Terra bonuses, you're doing it wrong.
Unless it's Loveland.
No,
unless it's
no.
Love and
You
Frog.
know
You
what?
gotta have
You know,
Frogman. You gotta have Frogman. Don't you dare do that.
okay,
Frogman is a staple.
he is a staple, but what is? I mean, without
He
lightning in a
will
bottle,
shut
Frogman is
you
useless.
down.
Okay, without
Sometimes.
lightning, especially when you're talking about 1-drop, 2-drop water
But
beasties.
in water tower format, and the decks that I feel like are going to win, and I think that you feel like you're going to win, you have to run lightning in bottles.
Oh,
You have to run
100. Oh,
five. You're going to run
everybody's
five
running a
lightning in a
full stack
bottle,
of lightning in a bottle.
and then
Everybody.
yeah, whatever kind of else sprinkled in you want to do, but you got to run five lightning in bottles because it's just pure, unadulterated
Dude,
power.
it is. And let me share Stanky's secret. This is why I was going to win Water Tower. Okay, this is
Okay,
why I was going to
You
win.
want to tell them now?
I'm telling. I don't get to play.
You're not going to do it. That's a good point.
I still might go.
We did
but
come up with this together, though. We like cooked it up, and then you
Oh,
perfected
this
it.
was totally
So,
a Stanky Doctor
This was
brainchild. Okay,
because I really
was just
liked
going to.
this.
I was just going to be the one who executed it. Okay, this was so. First off, 40 card deck. Okay, 60% of your spell book has to be water pages, non-aura water
Correct.
pages. That means your aura in your spell book does not count towards your 60%. So in a 40 card deck, 24 of your cards have to be water.
Yep.
Okay, so if you're running 10 aura, which I recommend, okay, at least minimum 10 aura in a 40 card deck, okay, you are looking at 6. You're looking at
slots.
6 cards.
Yeah.
6 cards.
You might be able to do 9 in water deck, depending on how good your draws are going to be. Because
Right.
Right.
So you could probably get down to 8 is pushing it. But if you're willing to take the risk, you could open up 2 additional slots.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if you're title pulling it, you got your water babies that give you a draw. If you,
everything. Jesse, Love,
Jesse
Frogman,
draw, Frog, you get 2. So there's a lot of draw power in a water deck. So, but this is how before they said the ×3 stuff, I had figured out a way to sprinkle in some lightning into the water deck. Okay, so you first turn pure water, game 2, bring in your lightning. Okay, you've got Metal Man who can be a 1-drop. Okay, you got your Hornets. Hornets and Metal Man is all you need to bring in to a water deck to shut down water. That's all you need.
Annihilates them.
But, however, in the new format, that's not going to work. So the secret I was going to tell you is this. If you run 43 cards, you get an additional spare card.
True.
Okay.
Math.
So if you run a full stack of title, that's 3 title pools, okay, and possibly some, depending on how your play style, additional artifact essence. Okay, so you get to 43 because 41 is still only 6. 42 it's still only 6. 43 it jumps up to 7. Okay, sometimes in this format, okay, if you want to run a 5 stack of lightning in a bottle, power up red, because why not? Power up red, that gives you 1 more card to play with. Okay, so maybe New Year's, New Beginnings. Maybe. So just putting that out there. Okay, just those listening,
it's going to be interesting.
If you bump
it's
it up,
it's going to be exciting.
If you bump it up 3 more cards, okay, which is not a lot of cards. From 40 to 43 is not a lot of cards, okay?
And especially not in the water deck, too.
No.
Like you said, you have so much inherent
draw power
in water that extra 3 cards, percentage-wise, shouldn't make too much of a difference.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if that extra card that you bring in is something like a New Year's, New Beginnings, where
Exactly.
you can just wipe your opponent's hand.
You need as many lightning balls as possible and a power up red.
5.
Okay,
yeah.
So if you're looking for that edge, maybe that New Year's, New Beginnings is what you will need to win. Maybe you're mulligan. You can't get any aura in your first hand, but your New Year's, New Beginnings is in there. Okay, you can take the gamble and mulligan down to 4 and hoping and praying to the MetaZoo gods that you pull a New Year's New Beginnings. So just something to
Yeah.
think about, guys. But let's talk about what's even more important. I mean, to times 3 again. Water Baby is going to come out
Yeah.
swinging for the hills. Okay, Crab is going to be even harder to kill.
Crab.
Bandage Man is actually going to be pretty useful too. By the way, don't overlook Bandage Man. He's with the Terra bonuses and the freeze. The freeze, a trap with freeze, and he gets first strike on the flip. It's not a bad card to have up your sleeve. Okay, guys.
The Ugwugs.
Ugwugs are can do some work too.
I
Okay.
what other little tech cards? I like the Ugwugs, and
Okay.
I like the trap almost, especially the
Yes.
trap that gives you the first strike, like a Mishu
Yes.
Pishu. Something
Yes,
that
so
can
Ugwug, right?
Ugwug
does have
solid
the
card.
flipped first strike on this
Yep.
combat, okay? He gets 15 from the lake and 15 life points from the lake as well. So he's going to be getting 45 to his attack,
Yeah.
which kicks it up to 70, and it kicks his life points up to 95. So he's going to be huge, okay? And that's a pretty big trap. But again,
too.
and it's a 2-drop. But again, water babies, man, they're gonna be everywhere. So watch out for your water babies. Paralyze the water baby. Don't let them get the draw. Okay. But before we close today, I know we've kind of been all over the place, but I wanted to get to why everybody wants to be a tower caster. Okay.
Oh, tell me,
Because
I don't know this. What do you
tower
get?
casters. Okay. I mean, it's a $50,000, $20,000 cash, $30,000
Right.
MetaZoo merchandise, right? But you get automatically sent to the top cut at Caster's Cup. And how much did we say Caster's Cup was?
Really?
$1.25 million in prizes, right? That's a lot of that's going to be in cash. Okay, let's be honest. A lot of that will be in cash, but you get automatic
So much money.
top 32 at Caster's Cup. But there's a caveat.
Mm-hmm.
You have to represent your aura type.
You have to play
As a tower caster, you must represent your aura type in the top 32
in the
Caster's
Caster's
Cup.
Cup.
Yes.
Really?
Must. So, but if you're the tower caster from multiple towers, which is possible.
I love that, by the way.
Yes.
I absolutely love
that. That is awesome. Okay? That is awesome. So you get to pick an aura for your aura type at Caster's Cup if you control multiple
so
aura types.
What if you no, I don't know if this situation even exists yet. We're talking about months in the future. Yeah. What if you chose not to play your aura type? Would you be able to pick any deck and then you may or may not make the top cut? Or is this something where, like, if you play your type,
I don't think you want to risk it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
why would you not just go ahead and take yourself to the top 32? You're guaranteed money and prizes already.
I'll go
in the top
Earth.
32.
If you win Earth, unless Native comes out with just some
bangers,
ridiculous
dude.
cards, which they might, because Earth needs some stuff.
Yes, it does.
It needs a lot of stuff.
It needs some first strike. Please, Lord, give us some first strike Earth Beasties.
Oh gosh, first strike
burrowed Earth Beastie. Come on. Give me the Kets of the ground. Come on. Make it happen.
Kets of the ground.
Make it happen.
Kets of the ground.
Dude, I'm serious. And you get VIP access to all MetaZoo events. Tickets to parties, conventions, and more. You get a special Discord channel in the MetaZoo, which would be cool for only tower casters. Some exclusivity there.
Interesting.
And here's the cool part. And here's why I say when Stanky wins a tower this year, you'll see Doctor at some point because you get to assemble a team. You get to assemble. This is where Pokemon gyms meet real life in tower format because you get to assemble a team of 4 other casters, so you plus 4, to represent your aura type at your tower. And in order for someone
next year, right?
Next year, that's right. In order for someone to take your title, they must beat you and your squad in top cut of that tower the next year.
That's legit.
So
I like that.
That is huge. So that's to be starting in 2024 again. So everybody who wins, everyone who becomes a tower caster, a tower master, you will assemble a team and you will get some pretty sweet jerseys, by the way.
Yeah,
Every
I did see those.
you
Those are
get some
pretty cool.
sweet jerseys, all this stuff, and you get to pick a team to help defend your tower the next year. That is awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty
Awesome.
cool.
And, this is a little cool too. You could possibly earn sponsorships.
Ooh,
It's in the rule book. It is in the rule book. Tower casters will be eligible for special sponsorships.
that's pretty cool.
And then of
Now,
course you get the money, right?
yeah, yeah,
I
and
mean,
from what I could tell, also too, like especially if you win big MetaZoo tournaments, they tend to pay for room and board and like travel and that sort of thing too.
right.
So I'm sure that's probably sprinkled in there. We just haven't
Oh yes,
looked at it.
exactly. I mean, they're gonna be covering it all. But yeah, I wanted to get through that. I know we went a little
Interesting.
longer than we.
I'm glad we talked about that because
Yeah.
I was unaware of all of that.
Yes, it
Huh.
is awesome. Which is Stanky is trying hard. Okay, if it has to be Earth, it has to be Earth. I mean, it'll
I
be what
mean,
it'll be.
got to do it.
But hey, guys, I hope you enjoyed
Karen's coming
this.
for your manager.
Karen with a C, baby. Karen with a C. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Podcast in a Bottle. I'm Meta Stanky,
And I met a doctor.
and this has been Podcast in a Bottle.